It's my North End.
Okay, welcome to My North End, the podcast. I'm your host, Alexandra Salmon. I'm joined by one of the sweetest, most adorable girls in the whole North End, Serina D'Amico. Thank you for coming.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
Oh, thanks for being here. So yeah, I want to hear all about your life in the North End because you're of a younger generation, but it's a lot of the same traditions. So I think this is really interesting for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were born and raised in the North End?
Yes, I'm third generation, born and raised. So yeah, mom was born and raised, my grandma was born and raised. So yeah, lucky to be here.
Did they all meet each other in the North End?
Yeah, so my mom and dad, they went to the same high school, but different age limit. And then they met at the same bar that my grandparents met at.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, and it's not a bar anymore. It's the Mexican place by North Street. So.
Oh, Tanakh or whatever that is?
Yes.
Okay, so what was it before?
It used to be a bar. I don't know
It's
the name
so
of the bar.
small, though.
I know. I was like, maybe one day I can open it if it comes up.
Yeah, I guess you have to,
Yeah,
right?
I know, right?
Yeah, you have to keep the tradition for the fourth generation.
Yeah, right.
So how many kids are in your family?
So I have 2 older sisters and I have a little brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the third of 4?
Yes.
Okay, what's like the age difference between you guys?
So my oldest sister is 26, and then my other sister's 25, and then I'm 22, and then my little brother is 18.
Okay, so you're all really close.
Yeah.
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 That's awesome, though. So you're all really close growing up?
Yeah, they're like my best friends, so yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You spent your whole childhood in the North End?
Yes.
Where in the North End you guys grew up?
On North Street.
Okay, you've been there your whole life?
Yes, we haven't moved, same building and everything.
Love it.
Yeah.
So your parents, what do they do for work?
So my mom growing up, she worked at the Elliott School where we went to school, and then she moved to the State House and she still works there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then my dad works in finance.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you went to the Elliott School?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Where'd you guys go for high school?
Boston Latin Academy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because you know what? I've known people who've like came through that, like the Elliott, and it's kind of like it's like a feeder for Boston Latin, basically.
Yeah. So both of my sisters went to like the academy, and then like it was my pressure that I had to go there.
Okay.
Like I went to 5 different preps because my mom was like, "You need to go there," and luckily I got in. But yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. It was nice. You met so many other people too, because like growing up, it was just the North End,
Right.
and then my whole like it would expand to Boston, and it was like, oh wow, there's a whole other world out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, about like your friend group from the North End, is this still like pretty intact today?
Yeah, so I have like my solid like 4 best friends, and we're all still close. We text every day, and then we have like a boy and girl group chat too. And like whenever we see each other, we see each other. But like we had a time where we were always hanging out.
Yeah.
And like we were all home. It was so fun. But yeah.
Right. Are they still around the North End for the most part?
Yeah, so I have like most of them are around the North End. Some have moved out, sadly. But
Yeah.
we have a good group here still.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, what were some of your favorite traditions in the neighborhood growing up?
So one of my favorite things is definitely the Nazaro Center, which was an after-school program. We went there every night every day after school I was there. And then on Saturdays we had basketball every day. We were there like literally the whole day. And we went on so many ski trips. We had field trips in the summer. It was literally like the best place ever. And like the people that worked there, like Michelle, Carla Meno, Miss Lori, they're still like part of my life now. And they're just like people that have always supported me and always been there for me. And they're just always nice to have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on over there.
Yeah. And then like it's a little changed now, but it's still, I feel like at home there always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I always go there to vote. The show is brought to you by Heart and Soul. Heart and Soul is a boutique located in the North End, and it's also online. It's owned and operated by mother and daughter team and North End residents Elaine and Gina DeGangi. Heart and Soul has the most fashionable trends at affordable prices, including clothing, shoes, and accessories for women, and now featuring Heart and Soul for the fellas, which is an online selection offering the same for men. All items are carefully handpicked. They often feature North End designers, and they're only available in limited quantities. So once they're gone, they're gone. So when you're in the North End, be sure to stop by, see Gina and Elaine at 354 Hanover Street, and stay on trend. This show is brought to you by the Golden Goose Market, or the Goose as it's known here in the North End. It's truly a neighborhood grocery store. From hard-to-find wines to everyday products, the Golden Goose has you covered. The proprietor, Steve DeAngelis, and his friendly and caring staff take pride in stocking the freshest fruits and vegetables, the highest quality meats and seafood, and a diverse selection of specialty items. You can visit them 7 days a week at 179 Commercial Street, and you can also order online at goldengoosemarket.com. They make local deliveries, and I swear they come to somebody's rescue just about every single day. Stop in and see them today. And you and your family are part of the Madonna del Soccorso Society too?
Yes.
Okay, so you were like born into it.
Yeah, so my dad, I remember he joined, so my mom's dad was a fisherman, and then my dad joined, but you're supposed to be Sicilian.
Right.
So my mom's Shakadana.
Okay.
So that's how, if you marry, you're allowed to join. So
that's the only way you can get in. You have to
Yes.
be Sicilian or from that very specific part,
Yeah,
or you can marry in.
Yes. So luckily my dad got in that way, and now he's vice president.
No
hopefully
kidding.
president soon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be amazing for
Yeah.
him. So you were born into it. Like
Yeah.
you're in it for life, you and your siblings.
Yeah, I mean, we love it. We used to pretend the feast, like it would be a random day, and like my brother had collected the saints and everything, and we would march around our house. Like,
That's so cool.
yeah, I don't like, no other people were probably this obsessed, but like
Yeah.
me and my siblings were quite obsessed with it. We like love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do the parade, the one they do for the kids where they practice with the saint?
Yeah, so the reason why the Fisherman's Feast has Little Saint, it's because of my brother. It's
Are you
his,
serious?
It's his Little Saint. Like, Michael Benetti made it for him. Like,
That's so cute.
yeah. Yeah.
But they really because that's become a tradition for the feast too. I was with Dom Straz Sr., and he was telling me about how his grandkids, because they're also like feast kids, they grew
Yeah.
up in it, obviously, like their dad and their uncle very involved. And the little boy, he said, oh, he was carrying it around. He was so proud. He was so excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Lucy and Michael,
Yeah.
I love them. I'm like with them the whole weekend too. That's
They're
the best
so
part.
cute.
It's like your family at that point. Like everyone is just like your family, and you're all connected.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that makes a little kid's day, just holding the saint, and that makes me happy at some point. So yeah.
And your brother started it basically,
Yeah.
just because he was obsessed with
Yeah,
it.
he literally like loved it. My family's like very religious in that sense. Like we're like the Madonna. My mom loves Padre Pio. So yeah.
Yeah. And then you got to be like the most elite, exclusive
Yeah.
like position of them all. You were the angel.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so how does that come about?
So it's quite a system. The men actually vote on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the men vote on it. Luckily, well, I'm very blessed that I got to do it. My two older sisters got to do it too.
Okay.
So they were before me. And the thing with my mom, so she never did it growing up.
Really? Even though she
Yeah.
was in it?
Yeah, so I don't know. There's just situations. I don't exactly know what happened about that, but yeah.
Some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, some behind the scenes. But so mom was always like, I want to get all three in. I wouldn't want to just do one and not the other two.
Yeah.
So when Vitiana, my oldest sister, got the opportunity to do it, my mom was like nervous because she's like, I can't not let her get this role. And then, because then what if it happens? The other two can't do it, but everything worked out. And we all got to do it. I mean, that was one of the most amazing nights of my life. I mean, you just feel so connected to the Madonna. You don't, like, I was young too, but I was also one of the oldest angels too.
Okay, how old were you?
So I was 12 when I did it.
Okay. 'cause-
Usually they're like 10,
Yeah.
9. I mean, luckily I was smaller, so they could throw me out there at any
Oh,
age.
yeah, with the harness?
Yeah, so I was like, I mean, I'll go out there now if you need me. But luckily, yeah, I was able to do it later. And it actually just worked out too, because there was like times too, actually, because when my dad put me out there to be the angel, they were like, didn't you just go? Because my sister was the year before, like a couple years before, and they're like, you want your daughter to go 3 times? So like people didn't know he had 3 daughters. And so, I mean, that's sometimes you get cut and whatever, but everything worked out perfect. And yeah.
So what do you have to do to become an angel? Do you have to know all the lines?
Yeah, so there's the side angel, they have 7 paragraphs.
Okay.
And you go back and forth, and you're talking about like the fisherman, you're telling a story about the Blessed Mother. And then the flying angel, so she has 3 paragraphs, and she goes on a harness, she flies down from 3 stories high, and she just talks to Madonna, and she's saying, bless the fisherman, make sure everything's okay, and all of that. And yeah, and like It's it's amazing. I mean, if you haven't seen it, I mean, you obviously have seen it.
Oh,
but
I've seen it so many times.
if
It's like
anyone
it's
has-
different every time.
Yeah, it's awesome. This year was my little cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, she's
so-
great.
Yeah, she was amazing, and she actually used my tape to practice.
Really?
Yes.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so it was like such an honor, and she's like, I just use yours to practice, and it was like
Aw.
amazing. Yeah,
Do you still know the lines?
yeah. Like when she speaks, I like know it, but like I don't know, I probably would mess up some little words here and there. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just know like silencio.
Yeah. And then it's like di saludo. It's so the last paragraph. I like everyone. I feel like you catch on to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Viva la Madonna.
Yeah. It's like Viva la Madonna.
The way you say it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because your older two sisters were the angels, so you had a pretty good idea you would probably be the angel.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hopefully, yeah. It worked. Everything worked out. I mean, and my sisters like helped me train and everything. I mean, my oldest sister, like me and her, every day we're practicing. Like
How long did you practice for?
like I think a couple months, honestly.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
When did you find out you were going to get to be the angel?
I think it's like a couple months before. I don't really remember on top of it, but yeah.
So what do? They call you? They're like, congratulations, you're the angel.
Yeah, so they have meetings, like all the guys, and then there's like one day that they vote on it.
Okay.
And then they find out who it is. Yeah.
So your dad came home and was like, guess what?
Yeah.
Is that like one
he
of the
just
best
comes
days?
home and he's like, I have good news, she's gonna fly.
Is that like one of the best days of your life?
Yeah. I mean, also because I did the two sides before.
This show is brought to you by I Am Books. I Am Books is an independent bookstore located in the heart of the North End at 124 Salem Street. This gem of a neighborhood bookstore has everything you need. Books, stationery, last-minute gifts, seriously everything. From best-selling fiction to cookbooks, as well as books in Italian and a fabulously curated children's and kids section. The North End's only bookstore has become a must-see destination for locals and visitors alike. It's the first and only Italian-American bookstore in the country. I Am Books on Salem Street is looking forward to greeting you in their welcoming space full of cultural and literary wonders, or online at iambooksboston.com. Wildflower is right on Hanover Street, above the post office and across the street from CVS. Victoria and Cole are the two best stylists in Boston. They offer coloring, cuts, finishes, and styling. They also do bridal hair. They specialize in styling for the big day. And from their big windows at 215 Hanover Street with plenty of natural light, this is one of the North End's sneaky best people watching spots. I think it's second only to the two window tables at Cafe Vittoria for people watching. They also carry the best line of hair products. So give them a call at 857-232-4767 to book today, or visit their website at wildflowerhairstudio.com. The show is brought to you by Looks by Layza. Layza is an absolutely incredible makeup artist here in the Boston area with over 7 years of experience. Her work has been featured in People Magazine, Boston Magazine, Style Me Pretty, Boston Man Magazine, and more. Layza specializes in bridal, commercial, editorial, and personal branding. And I can attest that she is basically a miracle worker and an angel on earth. So if you ever need makeup done for any occasion, Layza is simply the best. So go to looksbyliza.com to schedule your appointment today.
So the 2 years before I flew, I was a side angel. So that's kind of like the preparation to do it. So I actually did all three positions.
Oh, okay. So wait, what are they?
So usually so there's two different sides. Usually you just stay on the same side. But I was on the second side first.
Okay.
She starts second, meaning. And then the other side, she starts first. Like she says a silencio.
Yeah.
And then, so I offered it to the other side angel because her family did that side. So I was like, if you want that side, I'll give it to you.
Aw.
And then it actually worked out because my sisters both did the first side too. And then I got to do all three. So
Okay.
it was amazing. Yeah.
I bet you're one of only a handful of people who've ever done it.
Yeah. I think there's like one other little girl that did that. And yeah, so just us two.
Is it as competitive to be a side angel as it is to be the angel?
I think Flying Angel is obviously more competitive. They might change up the whole system now because this year the little girl flew first and then she'll go into side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I noticed it was a little different.
Yeah.
Okay, so they might change it up because she flew first instead of like being a side angel and working her way up.
Yeah, so this year she flew first just because of the way it was set up. If like the two girls are sides and then they can't fly anymore, then they'll send a flyer, obviously, right in just that way. Like this year, all the angels from all three positions were brand new.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can only fly once in your life.
You can, I mean, back in the day, they used to just do it this multiple times. I don't know. They would take like the harness home and then they would just do it. But now there's been recently an angel did it twice just because someone backed up last minute. But
How do you back out of that?
I don't, I mean, I don't, if the little girl doesn't want to do it, I feel like we should never like pressure her just because
Well,
like
yeah.
some people don't want to do it. And like, obviously it's such like a thing. Like you want your daughter there, you want them to do it. But it's like, I don't know. You have to think like they're only like so young. It's like they're a child. Like I'm like, don't push them. It's okay.
Oh no, of course. I mean, I'm
mean,
afraid of heights.
Yeah, I would jump out the window anyway. I'd be like, all right, send me. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just kind of think like you spend your whole life dreaming of this, but I can understand it's a lot of
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's some kids that they like grew into it and they're like, oh, I'm definitely doing this. Like we were one of them because it's like right in front of our house.
Yeah.
We saw it. I mean, I saw like multiple people. I saw my sisters. I saw my cousins. I'm like, I want to do this and I'm doing it. Like I was young and I would stand on the table and recite it over and over again in front of all my mom, in front of all of her friends. And like they loved it. So like I was ready. I was born to do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to have it on your shirt for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Former angel.
Yeah.
And you guys are all like, I think I saw this somewhere on social media. It's like a club, all the former angels. Don't you get together?
Yeah,
during
we
the
do
feast?
an angel brunch. So
Yeah.
one of my sister's like closest friends, Julia, she's amazing. She put together this angel brunch, and it's so nice because like it's a way for us all to connect. I mean,
Yeah.
we all did this amazing opportunity, and I mean, it's the Saturday of the Fisherman's Feast, I'm pretty sure, and then we get together. We have like a little brunch, and the society actually pays for it, which is
Wow.
very nice. Yeah, so it's amazing. I mean. It's quite a nice experience because, like, before we didn't really have anything like that, and Julia put it together. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And that is such a unique thing
Mhm.
because it's like, you know, when you grow up in this, I guess, like, you know, kind of small enclave, this is like everything to you. But when you leave the North End, like people have no idea what it is, but it really is such a special thing.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, like, everyone knew knew what it was, you know what I mean? And then when I got to, like, college and stuff, I'm like, I need to show you guys a video, and you guys have to watch it. Like, I've shown all my college roommates a video and, like, my best friends. I'm like, you need to watch this. This is what I did.
This is how I grew up.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
this is a
like,
part of you, you know,
yeah.
like your whole life.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
it's awesome, yeah.
Yeah. So what else did you like to do around the neighborhood growing up besides the Desaro Center and being a part of the society?
I mean, just, like, the community. I mean, growing up, like, everyone knew each other. Like, we would go to Gassy, the park. Like, we were all there every night. Like, I mean, I was kind of like a little tomboy at some point in my life. So I would be playing, like, basketball with the boys, playing hockey with the boys. And then just, like, being at the Gassy Park, like, all of us were there, like, growing up as kids. And then our parents would be sitting on the bench, like,
Right.
hanging out. And then we would get Regina pizza
Mm,
or, like, the pool, the Marabella pool. I mean,
yeah.
my mom would come and we would stay there till the end. We used to get the chairs, people would leave, and we would build forts. So we would build the forts, and then we would get Roccos every night, every day. It was like the best. I mean, we would stay there till like it closed, built forts, got food, and then we went home.
That sounds like, I don't know, just like a dream summer.
Yeah, it was a dream. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so where'd you go to college?
I went to Providence College.
Okay, so that's outside of the North End. Had you ever like left?
Like the North End.
Yeah.
No, I have never.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you want to go there?
I just when I toured it, I fell in love with it, and yeah.
Well, I've heard it like because I've not been to Providence, I think maybe ever in my life, but I've heard there's like a Little Italy section of it
Mhm.
basically, and it is a lot like the North End.
Yeah, so they have like it's called Federal Hill.
Okay.
And we would go there for like dinner and stuff. I mean, the first year was kind of like COVID.
Oh.
So we honestly went to Federal Hill a lot just
Okay.
because we couldn't really do much on campus.
Were you in class? Like physically in the classroom, or you like Zoom everything?
I had one class in person and then everything else was on Zoom, but I had to wear a mask in person.
So do you live on campus?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was that like? Because you're not like in class, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was my like freshman year it was so different. It was kind of like, I mean, there was a time where like I just came home for a month because I'm like, I'd rather be home than this.
Right?
Like, I mean, COVID was definitely hard. It wasn't the school's fault. I mean,
Well, yeah, of course.
it's just like, how do you go around that?
Yeah.
But I mean, I was like, I have more like freedom at home than I do at school right now. So I'm like, I was home for a month and then I came back the second semester and like the rules got better and like COVID was down. So as the years went on, I fell in love with it and it was awesome.
That's
Yeah.
great. You just graduated, right?
Yeah, I just graduated this May.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's next for you?
I don't know. So I'm just working waitressing. Luckily in the North End,
Yeah.
you know so many people that work in the own restaurants. So I've been waitressing, and then hopefully I'll get a full-time job,
What do you want to do?
either marketing or finance.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
The show is brought to you by Terra Mia Boston. Since 1993, this has been one of Boston's best absolute hidden gems. With only a dozen tables, it's a really intimate setting. Julia Child used to love going there, and it's been a staple for celebrities visiting the North End ever since. It's owned and operated by a North End family who's been in the neighborhood for generations, so you can trust that the authenticity is really as advertised. It's located on Salem Street, and it's perfect for all occasions. So stop in at Terra Mia, make your reservation today, and have one of the greatest meals you'll ever have. The show is brought to you by Sala Maria Italiana. Sala Maria Italiana is absolutely iconic in the North End, and it has been for over 50 years. Founded by Ermino and Vonda Martinetti, this husband and wife team wanted to feed their children the freshest Italian foods that they knew from their own homeland. And for more than 5 decades, they've done just that. They've stocked only the very best in olive oils, vinegar, pasta, cold cuts, cheeses, and other specialty products. And local residents and visitors alike have been relying on them for quality, freshness, and authenticity, and they never disappoint. Sala Maria Italiana is located at 151 Richmond Street, right around the corner from the Paul Revere House. Stop in and see them today. The show is brought to you by Bark Boston. Located on the corner of Hanover and Commercial Streets, Bark Boston brings doggy daycare and more to the North End. They've got retail, grooming, training from certified professionals, and pretty soon they're going to have a dog hotel. So this is the perfect one-stop shop for your dog. Nobody loves the dogs of the North End like Bark Boston, and nobody pampers them more. Stop in to check out Bark Boston today, and also follow them on Instagram to see the updates with the dog hotel, because I'm telling you, that's going to be incredible. This show is brought to you by The Laundry Room. The Laundry Room is the most fun laundromat you'll ever go to. Located at 172 Salem Street, the Laundry Room offers washing, drying, folding, dry cleaning, and laundry drop-off in an atmosphere that's bright, colorful, and enjoyable. I bet you've never heard that about a laundromat before, but it is the truth. At the Laundry Room, laundry isn't a chore, but it's something to look forward to. So stop in today and transform the way you do laundry. What was your favorite thing about growing up in the North End?
My favorite thing was definitely just the community. Like there's no other place in the world that is just such a close community. Like,
yeah.
I mean, everyone's like my second family. You know everyone.
Yeah.
You feel so safe too. Like there's never a time where I just feel like unsafe. And I always learned if I did feel unsafe, you go here. You go into the 7-Eleven. You go into Simona Club.
Yeah.
You walk into the Goose. Like you ever need someone, you go up to something, you tell them, and they're always there. Like you're never not helped. You're never not safe. And it's the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Is that what brought you back as an adult? Because like you graduated college, you could really go anywhere and do any of those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I mean, there's like been thoughts to move just because like I don't know, people always say like this is the time you can move. But I mean, I love the North End. I want to raise my kids here. I mean, this is the coolest way ever to be raised.
I agree.
Yeah. It's like part of my personality when someone's like, where you from? I'm like, the North End. I'm like, but I'm raised too. So it's like, I didn't just move here.
That's a very important distinction.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, yeah, because whenever I talk about where I live, just from people who are not in the city, I guess I always say the North End because I feel like it's separate from Boston. When I go to other
Yes.
parts of Boston, like this does not feel like home.
Yeah, no,
Like-
it's different.
Yeah, and yeah, I think it's the best neighborhood in America for sure.
Yeah, it really is.
I know it used to be different, but I think I don't know, all of America used to be different. I think what we've been able to keep intact, I think we've done it better than anywhere else in the world.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could have one thing, what's the number one thing you'd like to see in the North End in the future?
I would say just hoping that my generation can stay in the North End just so we can carry our traditions and carry everything we've learned and just keep it going to keep these traditions going and like never ever stop them. I mean, I feel like as time went on, I lost like friends that just moved away. So I mean, just hoping that everyone that's here now can stay and just like keep it going. Yeah.
That's a great answer. I love that. Because I don't know, some people think I'm crazy, but I kind of think that I think just like the pendulum of the world is about to swing the other way. And I think we're going to get a lot of families. And I think the North End's like the perfect place to do that because it's really just so set up for it.
Yeah, it's such a family area.
Yeah.
I mean, you just like, it's just perfect because you know everyone. Like, my mama was always like, you gotta be careful what you do. Like, you have eyes in every corner, which is so true.
That's true.
It's, you like can't get away with anything. Like, everyone's always watching you, which is good because you get raised well. So, and that comes in handy in life.
Yeah, well, because you get raised by everybody. It's not just your parents. You're always
Yeah.
being looked out for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's days where it's like, I don't know, I don't like the way I look. I'm like, well, I can't walk down Hanover. I'm going to get seen.
That's actually funny because I was talking to someone about that the other day. I'm like, you cannot do a quick errand in the
No.
North End. Like, sometimes I just like go out and I'm in my pajamas because I have to go to the bank. And nope, you'll see every single person. I'm like, hi, love you. I'm like, I just woke up. I'm sorry, but like, love you. And you have to say hi. You have to give them a kiss. That's just like how we were raised. And I'm like, but it's different. I mean, I still love it. You get to see everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's another thing I say. Anytime I have a bad day, I just go walk around the neighborhood because it's like I'll see somebody I know, like they have no idea what's going on, and they'll say something funny and cheer me up.
Yeah, I feel like in my generation, like hot girl walk is like a huge thing right now. And like my hot girl walk is like walking through like my streets and just like seeing everyone. And then just like changing my mood right away because you just see everyone and it lights
Yeah.
up your day.
Exactly.
hmm
Well, thank you for coming on.
Of course.
Like I said, I'll have to have you and your sisters on to
Yes.
talk all about their time as an angel, everything that we talked about. I would love to hear their perspective.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you for being here.
do 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 do